back. Okay. His resurrection showing us that the cross isn't the end, but really the beginning. So, what we need to learn about all this today is that the cross is a symbol, but it's not the only symbol. That the cross is a symbol, but taken out of its context, it gives us a truncated view of what we really believe. If we just take the crucified Christ and no more, then we don't get the message. We don't follow the message that Christ gave with his life, and we don't celebrate the resurrection. So, as you and I pray today in our own personal piety, we need to think about the presence of the cross, that it's a symbol of love. It should dominate our lives because it shows our universality when we come as a church. But it also shows that it's through the cross that we find resurrection. It's through the cross that we remember Christ's life. And so the cross becomes for us kind of a, if you will, a junction. And when we ponder the cross, we think, what did Christ teach? And what, in fact, has Christ done? He was raised from the dead and showed us the way to everlasting life. Now, the cross can be misconstrued. One of the crosses that showed up in early Christianity was what we know as the swastika. The swastika was not invented by Adolf. It was a Christian symbol. And many churches that predate National Socialism in Germany actually have the swastika embedded in their church building. I can tell you a few. If you go to St. Anselm's in Swissvale, you look in the floor, which was built long before, you'll see swastikas, because it was a Christian symbol. And the symbol designated that not only the cross was the road to salvation, but it was also the symbol, because the swastika, as you remember, looks like it's spinning or twirling. It was the symbol of power and light within God. Now, Adolf and the National Socialists took that Christian symbol and redefined it. And now it's seen today as this awful symbol of hate and prejudice. And so the cross is that way all the time, that people take it and misuse it. They go to war in the name of Christ. They torture people in the name of Christ. They hurt people in the name of Christ. And we need to realize that we need to keep the cross for what it is. Some wise man said, the cross loses its meaning when we take it by the wrong end, turn it around, and make it a sword. The cross is meant to be upright, showing the four directions of universality and reminding us of the teaching of Christ, reminding us that Christ taught us to walk in love, and reminding us that Christ, in fact, is raised from the dead. And so let us, as Christians, be faithful to our cross. Let us see what the true meaning is. When we cross ourselves as we come into the church, let us do it with reverence, knowing that this signifies the very meaning of Christ in our life. When we see the crosses in our church, when we see the cross that we wear around our neck, let our lives be equal to what that cross means. Let us never use our Christian faith to do evil. Let us never use our Christian faith to justify evil. Let us never use our Christian faith to do that which is contrary, clearly, to the will of God. All the movements have ever tried that are no longer with us, but the church is. And so it's important for us to be serious about the cross, to see it in all its places, and to realize that it's the symbol of the junction between what Christ taught and lived and his resurrection. It's the way to come to know Christ better. And so that basic symbol of two pieces of crossed wood is for us a joy, is for us a sign of hope, is for us a sign of reflection on what Christ has taught. The Christian symbol of the cross. Look at it often and realize it for what it is. It's to draw us in to a closer reflection on Scripture and Jesus' teaching, and a deeper appreciation for the resurrection. Jesus' cross is a symbol of what we as Christians should be. Be at peace.